Greetings. This is some promised advisory follow-up for summer of 22. By way of introduction, the heavy advisory season is approaching and there's confusion again around this topic. I did give an answer, but it really didn't completely satisfy people. And I promised some additional follow-up beyond just my words. Here it is. And I'm illustrating it now with 3 additional case studies, which I hope with the words fill the bill. So here is COD's statement. A student needs both Math 1431 and Math 1432 or a qualifying score on the math placement tests to enroll in Math 2231. As always, words in red are both technical and important. The technical detail follows. For a logical statement and to be true, both statements must be true. Here you see a truth table, and this is the way computer programs work, and this is the way this is coded by IT. So the statements 1431 and 1432 can be true only if both 1431 and 1432 are administratively deemed completed with a C or better. So that is the 1431 and 1432 statement. For a logical statement or to be true, only one of the compound statements must be true. And you can see that you get true, true, true here. The only time this is false is both of them are false. So, and these parentheses are important too. So, parentheses, 1431 and 1432 in parentheses, or qualifying score on the placements test in parentheses is true if either of these parenthetical statements are true. And it's false only when both are false. Let's look at some illustrative case studies. So suppose we have a student, Jesse, who takes both 1431 and 1432 and earns a C or better in both. Well, they have a true under this statement 1. Both 1431 and 1432. So you see it really doesn't matter what the placement tests were because they qualify because this is a true, and whether this is a true or a false, it is still true. So Jesse in this case qualifies for Math 2231. Suppose we have a student, Mike, who qualifies for Math 1432 via a placement score, completes it with a C or better, and registers for calculus before his ALEKS score expires. So you see this Mike has not, and this is Mike right here, this Mike has not completed both 1431 and 1432. So that's a false, but they still have a qualifying score for 1431. So they get 1432 from this and the qualifying score here. So this is false for both, but here it is a true, and a false and a true is a true. So Mike qualified for 2231, registered for this, and in fact was successful in that course as well. The final case study, P, and down here I think I called them NP, but anyway, P qualifies for Math 1432 and completes it with a C, but he lets his ALEKS placement test expire before registering for 2231. So you see there's a false here because this MP did not complete both 1431 and 1432. He only completed 1432. And does he have a qualifying score in ALEKS? Well, no, it's expired. So this is a false. So this is a false and a false, which means it's a false. And so this MP does not administratively qualify for Math 2231 according to the rules I described. Summary, this is how it works. Really, I'm repeating my words here because they're good words, and maybe will carry the day now that the case studies are here. So Math 1431 and 1432 are both required prerequisites for 2231. A student placing into Math 1432, however, has placed out of Math 1431 as of that testing. Accordingly, a student earning a C or better in Math 1432 can register for Math 2231, provided the ALEC score placing him or her out of Math 1431 remains valid. If a student lays out of math, they run the risk of having the placement out of 1431 expire. They will then have to either retest out of 1431, take the course, or petition for a waiver. The general advice applicable here and elsewhere is begin taking your math as soon as possible and continue with your math until it's completed. This is the advice I give my students in the classroom and my students in the EPC. Now, I am a math major, and I do understand why many support this. You see, students often fail in Calculus 1 due to unrefreshed algebra skills. However, I believe there are several remedies, and that this may not be the proper requirements for these times we find ourselves in. But such discussions are well beyond the scope of this video. In closing, God bless you all and take care.